Rock and Roll Geek Show 1183.
Still rocking after all these years.
This is the story of my rock and roll butler.
This is it, the show that started it all. Often imitated, but never equal. From San Francisco, USA. Online since 2004. It's the one and only Rock and Roll Geek Show. With the original Rock and Roll Geek, Michael Butler.
Welcome to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. My name's Michael Butler. Thanks a lot for joining me. I really appreciate it. Today is Friday, December 9th, 2022, and it is 6:43 p.m. when I'm recording this episode. I am in San Francisco. Let me turn off my phone. I'm in San Francisco. When you last heard from your friend Michael Butler, he was in the Mountain House up in Trinity County. Joe Klein was visiting me. Remember last episode before that, I was saying that I hoped Joe Klein would come up to the Mountain House. It wasn't for sure if he was going to come or not, and well, he ended up coming. If you heard the last episode, we did the Christine McVie tribute, and we played some clips. By the way, thank you for the comments, for the positive comments on Joe Klein. We played some old radio clips of his and some ads that he made. It was very nice seeing Joe Klein. It was me and him and Stella and Cassie, the two dogs. So let me open up my second beer of the day. I'm drinking Modelo in the can right now. So hold on a second. Let me take a first sip of the second beer of the day. Oh, that's good. So I got up to the Mountain House on Friday of that week. It was last week, and Joe Klein came up on Sunday. We're hoping it would snow, and it did snow on the last day. So Joe came, and on Sunday, I made really good dinners every night, and just me and him and the two dogs, and had a really good visit with Joe. And on the last night before I left, which was on Friday of last week, was it Friday? Yeah, Friday of last week, because I had to get back because the wife was taking Cassie to a rabbit hunt down in somewhere down in Central California, near Lost Hills. Anyway, I had to get back, so we left on Friday, and when we left, there was snow all over the floors, all over the floor, all over the ground. Pardon me, I'm bourbon this fine Modelo. There was snow everywhere. It was like a winter wonderland. It was really beautiful. But I had to get back. We could not enjoy it. The dogs really loved the snow, and they loved bouncing around in there. So we had to get back, and got back on Friday, and I got a call from Joe on maybe Sunday or Monday asking if he could come to the San Francisco house, because the person he was going to go visit in Santa Cruz, his wife was sick or something, and he couldn't go there yet, and he asked if he could stay a couple of days in San Francisco, and I said, well, I have to ask the wife, and the wife was fine with it, and so Joe just left yesterday. He came, and he spent about 4 days in the San Francisco house, and we had a good time. My wife enjoyed Joe's visit, and I did as well. So now I am back, just me, the wife, and the 5 dogs, 3 adult dogs, and 2 puppies. Pissing all over the fucking house. Pardon my French. Well, so I figured, it's Friday. I did not work this week. At least I didn't have a paying job this week. The holidays are making things a little bit slow. So I took advantage of the time off and finished painting Don's house. Got the entire interior painted, and it looks beautiful, if I do say so myself. I have family coming over on the 21st. My daughter and the granddaughter and her husband are coming on the 21st, and my stepfather, John, who I go see in Blue Ridge and in Jacksonville, he's coming here also on the 21st. So we're going to have a full family for the holidays, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be, it's the first time we've done that in years. My daughter's going to be staying at 46th Avenue, which, by the way, I do not own that house. My son owns that house. Also, my son owns the house in Trinity County. He's just letting us stay there. I do own the house where I am right now. I'm in Don's den. Don graciously, the saint he is, left me his house, as you may or may not know. And I am so grateful for Don. The man saved my life, and I will always be grateful to him, eternally grateful for that. Anyway, so I'm in Don's house. So my stepdad's going to be staying here with us. We have 2 bedrooms in this house, and my daughter's going to be staying at the house down the street where my son lives. We're trying to make that into an Airbnb, and hopefully that's going to be my wife's and my income when we retire. I'm retiring at age 62. Does this have anything to do with rock and roll? No, it doesn't, but it's part of my life, friends. By the way, I don't have much to talk about today. It's mostly going to be music because, I'm doing the talking right now. Okay. Where was I? So anyway, family is going to be coming. I'm very much looking forward to that. Seeing the granddaughter, she's walking now, and full house for the holidays. It's going to be nice. Just who knows how many other times that will happen in my lifetime. It was very nice to see Joe Klein. Right now he's relatively cancer free, and let's hope he stays that way. And I'm glad we mended our ways, and it was really nice to see Joe. So I spent the time here working around this house. Tomorrow, I thought I was supposed to start a job on Monday, and then I was going to go up to the mountain house after I finished that job, which was only going to be like maybe a 3-day job. So I was going to head up to the mountain house and stay there until about 2 days before my family comes to visit for the holidays. But I looked on the emails, and that job doesn't actually start until the 17th. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a podcast tonight. I'm getting up at the ass crack of dawn. I'm loading up Stella and Kazzy, and we're heading up to the mountains. Me and the 2 dogs and we're going to stay up there until Friday of next week. I'm looking forward to it. It's supposed to be snowing tomorrow. So yeah, it's going to be a little alone time. Joe Klein's not coming up. Nobody else is coming up. It's going to be me and the dogs. I thought about postponing this show until tomorrow, but I thought about it, and then I thought about it again, and I said, well, tomorrow it's going to be snowing, and at this time, the dogs are going to be wondering where I am, and they're not going to want to come up to the upstairs office. And why don't I just do the show tonight? So that's what we're going to do tonight, friends. We're going to just play a little rock and roll, talk a little rock and roll. I don't have any audio comments or anything like that. So other than the donation segment, all we're going to do is play music. I'm going to start off with brand new Metallica, JB Skulls, on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group, which I did not create, but I do appreciate people. You just got to answer 2 questions. He goes by JS Skulls, and he said, "Those tricky bastards kept a good secret. New Metallica song, new Metallica album, and new Metallica tour. By this time, you already know about the album, 72 Seasons or something like that. It's got a lot of press, of course. I'm going to play this song, and then I'm going to play another song right after it, because this song, the song is called, what is it called? Lux Eterna. And it's kind of AET, it's kind of like Aetna Insurance. I don't know what the way this thing is spelled and looks like. I'm sure you geeks out there who are far more educated than me know what this means with the A joined into the E. But anyway, it's called Lux Eterna. I think this song sounds very much alike. It's probably not lawsuit worthy, but reminds me a lot of a Backyard Baby song called 13 or Nothing. So let's play the Metallica song first, called Lux Eterna. It's a short song, 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At least that's the video. It's a YouTube video. So you got to do it with a little intro like this. Okay. I like the song. It's a little bit Diamond Head sounding as well. Hetfield playing a white flying V. And I want to hear 13 or nothing, which is Backyard Babies. All right, there you go. According to... You kill it! Okay. Yeah. According to Kirk Crawford, he's playing an Electra Flying V in this video. The brand is Electra, which is a knockoff brand. When I was a kid, I think I might have had an Electra, some sort of Electra knockoff Precision or something like that. But Kirk Crawford said James bought this guitar in 1980 for $200, and it was the second electric guitar. He played it on Kill 'Em All and kept playing it until '84 when the neck snapped after an accident on stage. At that point, the guitar had two Seymour Duncan. This is nerd geek out shit here, man. At that point, the guitar had two Seymour Duncan Invader humbuckers, a Tune-O-Matic bridge. Just prior to recording Death Magnetic in 2008, James decided to restore this guitar. He changed a couple of things, including the pickups, which he replaced with the EMG 8160 set, and reparation of the headstock, which was broken more than one time in the past. All right. This is probably one of their shortest songs. According to Sandy Hyde, the album's going to be 77 minutes long, though. I have not looked into the details of this album because I'm not a huge Metallica fan. I know that Chris Capel is probably the biggest Metallica fan that I know. He could probably chime in more about this. So, but that song reminds me a lot of a Backyard Babies tune on an album called 4x4. It came out in 2015. Let's listen to the Backyard Babies song. It's not, like I said, it's not lawsuit worthy, but something about that song reminds me a lot of this one. Listen to it and you tell me, friends. 13 or... Okay. All right. That's clean, but if you were to speed that up and make it and play blasting through whatever amps that Metallica is playing through, I think it might sound very similar. Take it back to you, Backyard Babies. See? Doesn't it? All right, what happened? Okay. Okay, here we go. By the way, this song is great too. My iTunes is fucking up. I might have to crash it here. Okay, all right. We're going to have to pause this, and I'm going to have to restart the iTunes, I think. Let me try downloading the song, see if it continues to play after I download the song. Okay. All right, let's continue it here. Hello? Hello?
Reach out for the sky again.
Okay, I'm going to have to quit iTunes and restart this thing. This bit is dying a horrible death. Let me see. How do you pause this? Okay. All right, let's try this again, shall we, friends? If this bit dies a horrible, putrid, stench-filled death, I'm apologizing in advance. There you go. You tell me, friends, rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. Maybe it's my imagination, but something about it reminds me a lot of that song. So there you go. Congratulations on Metallica for putting another album out. Due out next year sometime in April. Maybe I'm sure we'll hear more songs, and maybe we'll do a track by track. All right, let's thank some people who donated to the Rock and Roll Geek Show, because I haven't thanked anybody in a while. Last 2 episodes we have not mentioned people, so I think it's only fair that we do that now. I'm going to play in the background. Something was sent to me by Kirk Crawford, also sent to me by a PR company. A band from Finland called Rokets. Second studio album called Break Free. It's a sophomore studio album by Finland's Rokets. Following the recent release of their 2020 debut full-length Fast Time, the Helsinki-based 5-piece returns with 9 new cuts of high-octane rock and roll. Mixed by Break Free is packed with super catchy garage rock featuring piercing melodies, blazing electric guitars, and tight, pounding rhythms, all topped with lead singer Sammy's characteristic vibrant vocals. Break Free is released on the Sign Records and is available today on transparent orange vinyl, black orange splatter vinyl, CD, and all streaming platforms. All right, and thank you to Kirk Crawford for not sending me that, because that would just have been wrong. All right, let's play that in the background. All right, might as well take it from the top. I listened to this whole album, and I like this a lot. All right, there are several ways you can donate to the Rock and Roll Geek Show, friends. You can go to patreon.com/RNRGeek, like the following people did. Joe Pawlak, my bodyguard, $16.66. Dan Gerawan, $15. Tim Schall, $15. Kirk Crawford, $12.77. Fred and Ginny Bunke, $10. Joseph Coyne, $10. Joseph Coyne, $10. Friend of mine and friend of the show, Michael Street, $7.50. Podcast Hall of Famer and my podcast mentor, Dave Slusher. Do the right thing, Slusher! $5.55. Brad Schultz, $5. Brad Shick, $5. Brian I don't think Dave Slusher listens to the show anymore, so he probably is not hearing me, but if he is, do the right thing, friend. Brad Schultz, $5. Brad Shick, $5. Brian Springer, $5. Chiaki Hinohara, $5. Dan McBride, $5. Danny Borden, $5. Erik Klein, $5. Grant Farquhar, $5. Hava FX, $5. Now let's have out the next song, Destroyer. Hava FX, $5. James Shapiro, $5. Jamie Jefford, $5. John Scott, writer of the Tom Petty and Me great book, $5. Justin Lefkowitz, $5. Pardon me, I broke up this fine Modelo. Martin Clawley, $5. This is good. I like this. Let's hear a little bit more of it. I'm going to shut up for a second. Singer sounds a little bit like Nikki Anderson from Helicopters. All right, where were we? Justin Lefkowitz, $5. Martin Clawley, $5. Mike Brown, one of my oldest friends, $5. Nadi Itani, $5. Paul Smith, $5. Robert Harvey, $5. Steve T. Steve Trice, $5. Ted Wilbrett, $5. Mike Hellier, £4. Mike Dixon, $3. Chad Burns, $2.50. Paul Rude, $2.25. Adrian Boschon, Bosch Rock on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group, which I did not create, but I do approve people. You just got to answer 2 questions so that I know you are not one of those people who is forced to sleep on beds in the Twitter headquarters. All right. Adrian Bosch on $2. Amy Bowen, $2. Bruce McMillan, $2. Eric Stowell, $2. Matthew Hunt, $2. Patrick Shanahan, $2. Paul Underwood, maker of Underwood Fine Barbecue Sauce, $2. Rock and Roll Plebe, Erik, the Rock and Roll Plebe, $142. 3 Legs, 4 Wheels, Arnie Stash, Corey Kohler, and John Richardson, and Mark Mazzei, all $1 on patreon.com/RNRGeek. Thank you to the following people who donated on PayPal. Just go to the donate, go to rockandrollgeek.com and hit one of the 2 donate links up top. All right, how about third song, Break. This is their single, Break Free. And the title track. Mike Cranston saved the show with a $100 donation. Tim Schall also saved the show with a $100 donation. He says, "Stay frosty, my friend. I hope you have a great Christmas. Thanks for bringing so much goodness to my life." Tim Schall, you have no idea how much those words mean to me, friend. Makes me a little teary-eyed. Thanks to the great Richard Fusey, 2112, with a Rush donation. These songs are pretty damn catchy. I'm gonna make a note. This may be in contention for the top 10. By the way, everybody's posting their top 10 of 2022 there's a thread on somewhere on the Facebook group. Post yours as well, because I am nowhere near done putting my list. As a matter of fact, I haven't even started putting my list together. I got to get on that. How about next song, Best Kept Secret? I like this one a lot. All right, where am I? Douglas Free, $20. Richard Strom, $20. Dave Franco, $20. Greg Brofer. My friend Greg Brofer, who I am praying for still. I'm not praying for him, but I'm praying. Greg, I'm praying. Speaking of Greg Brofer, $20. Speaking of praying, Cowboy Mock Bell. You know, he had a quadruple. Cowboy Mock Bell from Joe Perry Project. I called him. He had a quintuple bypass. He had a heart attack while he was driving. And when I heard that, I looked for his phone number. I found it on Skype, and I called. It wasn't his number. It was his wife's number, I think. And she answered the phone, and we talked for a little while, and he was still in the hospital. He's home now, and I spoke to him on the phone. He's recovering now. I think he posted something on Facebook today that he's not feeling too well. Let's all pray for Cowboy Mock Bell to make a speedy recovery from a quintuple bypass surgery. But I talked to him when I was up in the Mountain House. He called me, and we had a nice talk, and he seemed in very good spirits. Take it easy, my friend. We need the cowboy on this earth. Rock and roll gods, please take care of the cowboy. He's still got to play with Joe Perry because Steven Tyler is having health problems. They canceled the rest of their residency. So who knows what's happening with Aerosmith. I don't know. We don't do that death pool anymore, Slusher and I, but if we did, I might have to put Steven Tyler on it. All right, where was I here on the list? Greg Bro for $20. Todd Cunningham, friend of mine and friend of the show, $10. BJ Lisco, $10. Friend of mine and friend of the show, Ralph Miller, $10. Blake Johnson, $10. Jason Shepard, $10. Dave Jackson in the School of Podcasting, $10. The song is good. Jeff and Sherry Thieliki, $10. James Venners, $10. James Venners, thank you, friend. I'm going to take a sip of this fine Modelo to you. Richard Fusey with another 777. Richard Fusey, thank you, friend. I also pray for Richard Fusey every night. C&H Thornton Enterprises, all is his shell company, according to Casey. $5. Jace Lesnewski, $5. All right, what's the next one? Straight from the source. Here we go. Robert Scott, $5. John Offenloch, $5. This is good, too. Brett Garsky, $5. Andrew Howe, $5. John Skiller, $5. Dale Roller, $5. Peter Spark, $5. Christopher Del Grande, $5. Benjamin Muller, $5. John Tennis, $5. Greg Long, $5. Eric Lentz, $5. Deborah Dreyfus, if that's your real name, $2. Philip Vermeulen, $2. C&H Thornton Enterprises, also another $2. He upped his donation from 2 to 5. Let's hope he keeps it at 5. Or you can make it to 100. Vincent Creamy, $2. Brian Gradage, $2. Kai Matsuda, $2. William Moffat, $2. Chad Kiffmeyer, $2. Lassie Satvedhagen, $2. Stephen Masco, $2. And finally, Dave Alexander, $2. Thank you to everybody who donates to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. From the bottom of my heart, thank you, friends. Please keep the donations coming, because without your donation, this show will die a horrible, putrid, stench-filled death. I'll let this play out. Oh. You can also call other radio stations and do the catchphrases like Tuck Smith did. To Eddie Trunk. And you can also click the Amazon link at rockandrollgeek.com too, and I'll get a little kickback. Kirk Crawford, I'll let this finish playing out. We'll talk about something Kirk posted on the Facebook group. The Ravagers are coming to San Francisco on Sunday, and I had planned on going. They're playing an afternoon show, and I'll change my plans. I'm not going to go because spending time up in the mountains with my dogs is a little higher of a priority to me than going to the Ravagers, although I would have liked to have gone, and I had planned on going if I wasn't heading up to the mountains. Kind of sorry I'm missing it, but I'd rather be up in the mountains. But Kirk went to the show last night or the night before. Let me see if I can find this post here. Let's see. And he talked to, he met the guitar player. Let me see if I can find it here. Quick story from last night. Before the show, the guitarist Matt Gabbs of the Ravagers stopped to compliment me on my Ravagers t-shirt. We ended up talking for quite some time about a lot of rock stuff. Matt is a huge Nicky Anderson fan, aren't we all? So we went down that rabbit hole together. Super cool dude. Matt had been in the Biters with Tuck, and of course Tuck produced Ravagers' latest album. I asked him if he was in touch with Tuck, and he said all the time, including having just texted with him. I asked Matt if he would text Tuck and say, "Stay frosty" from Kirk. I love it. He said, "Sure," and took a selfie and sent it along with my "Stay Frosty" wishes to Tuck. Let me look at this. Oh, look at that. I'm looking at Kirk Crawford. I had no idea what Kirk looked like. All right. Nice to see you, Kirk. And he's with the guy from the Ravagers. Okay, where am I here? Okay, let me close this. I asked Matt if he would text Tuck and say, "Stay frosty" from Kirk, and he said, "Sure." I took a selfie and sent it along with my "Stay Frosty" wishes to Tuck. A couple minutes later, Matt looked at his phone and said, Tuck replied, "Super great, couldn't be better." I think Tuck is officially a rock and roll geek. That is amazing. Thank you so much for doing that, Kirk. I really appreciate it, friend. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm going to miss the Ravagers. Should we play a Ravagers tune? Why not? Since we're just playing songs tonight, let me just find the Ravagers. In honor of me missing the Ravagers. Come on. All right. Badlands. Is Badlands the latest album? I think it is. Let's play... let's see. Let's play the shortest one. Let's play the first one. "Down That Road" from Ravagers. There you go. I like that song a lot. It almost makes me want to stay for a few more days, but I got to get out of San Francisco, man. I need to spend as much time up there as I can. And I got, I ordered a plaque for, I got my deer mount back that I shot last year, and it took almost a year for it to be done. And my wife wants me to mount it on a piece of wood. She doesn't want me to just stick the head on the wall. So I ordered a plaque, and I got it. What am I talking about? Oh, I need to get up to the mountain so I can mount the deer mount on my deer plaque. Who am I yelling at? I have no idea. Anyway, that was a good Ravagers tune. Last night, I rented the John Waite documentary, the John Waite documentary. I heard him on the Bob Lefkowitz podcast. I love the Babies. I'm a huge Babies fan. I'm a huge John Waite fan as well, and I really liked the documentary. It was good. John Waite, a little bit full of himself, but I still like the guy. He's got one of the most unmistakable great voices. Let's play the trailer for it. I rented it on Amazon Prime. Let's see the trailer here. We're going to have to listen to a fucking ad. No, oh no, not. Yes, I am. Let me turn off this fucking ad here. Okay.
Decisions I made, I think were honest.
Oh, let me back it up here. Hold on. Okay. Gravitas Ventures, Wise Rabbit Films, Pearl Moon Films.
I'm John Wayne. And the decisions I made, I think were honest. And I think I've tried to do in this crazy world of the music business. I think I've done it with a sense of integrity and honesty. I really do. And if I've been out of step, it's because I thought the work was more important than the business.
This one's about making your mind up at the right time in your life.
Raw, emotional, with a sincere power rarely seen in a documentary. When music is your life.
There's a real exchange with the audience. I haven't seen my audience for a year.
The movie was made, and life gets interrupted by the pandemic.
It never affected me, really. If you believe that, I have a used car outside.
Yeah, the documentary was made during the lockdowns. John Waite, The Hard Way, the official trailer. Wise Rabbit Films. All right. Anyway, I enjoyed the documentary. There was a lot of good babies footage, and when he was on Bob Lefkowitz, they were talking about he got into a fist fight with the guitar player, and I thought it was a guy from his current band, but it turns out it was actually Michael Corby from the Babies, who actually was the guy who formed the Babies. It was Michael Corby's band, and Michael Corby, I don't know if you know about this, about Michael Corby. I really like that guy a lot, but he posted something on Facebook many years ago. I tried to get him on the show, and he actually was very nice and responded, but he's out of the music business and doesn't even want to talk about it. But he posted this thing about how he was unceremoniously fired from the Babies because something the record company wanted him out or something like that, and they just fired him for no reason. But then John Waite in the documentary, I'm opening up another Modelo here. Take a sip. In the documentary, John Waite talks about they were playing a show and Michael Corby smashes a guitar and he starts cussing out the audience, and they got into a big, huge fist fight after the show. And the fist fight continued on at the hotel room, and that's why Michael Corby got fired. Which I'd really like to hear more about that story. I mean, I wouldn't think you'd fire. Bands get in fist fights all the time. You know, usually make up, but apparently they had some clashes of egos. And he talked about it pretty extensively in the movie. And it's, I had no idea that it was Michael Corby that he was referring to until the movie. Why don't we? So I recommend it. The Hard Way, John Waite. I'm a big John Waite fan. I saw him at Yoshi's, and I was a little bit disappointed because he didn't play enough Babies fucking tunes. And somebody somebody sent me an audio comment or show review. I played it a few episodes ago. And he played a whole lot of love. He did a whole lot of love, pieces of that in the documentary as well. There's so many damn good Baby songs, and he played like one Baby song, and he throws a whole lot of love in there. I want to hear the Babies, and I particularly would want to hear this Babies tune. By the way, I saw the current version of the Babies without John Waite. I think it's Wally Stockard and Tony Brock, the drummer. Wally Stockard's a guitar player, and Tony Brock is the drummer. I think those guys were in the band, and they had some female background singers, and they had a singer who was playing bass. Because John Waite in the Babies, he was originally the bass player and singer. He played bass and sang. Played as a Mattis bass. Anyway, I saw the current version of the Babies. This was about maybe 3 or 4 years ago. They were fucking great, man. I liked them better than John Waite when I saw John Waite at Yoshi's. A little bit disappointed. He was okay, but he didn't play enough Babies tunes. Let's play one of my favorite Babies tunes from Broken Heart. That Broken Heart, the first album, I had no idea. I knew, but I totally forgot that Bob Ezrin did the first album. Ron Nevison did the second album. Broken Heart is a classic. I love this album. Let's play, this is probably one of my favorite Babies tunes. I'm going to go down a Babies, get on a Babies kick now. Let's just go through all the songs on this Broken Heart album. First song, Wrong or Right. Man, I love this album. A little quick, does it hold up? Yeah, I think this one holds up.
Does it feel wrong or right when he loves you, babe? Do you turn out your light takes you, babe. Oh, when he loves you, babe. My whole world comes apart. When he loves
Yeah, that one holds up to me. Give Me Your Love, of course, I just played. Definitely holds up. Isn't It Time? Definitely holds up. Even though they didn't write this song, I did not know they didn't write it until I saw the documentary. Ron Nevison brought them this tune. I believe I'm right about that.
Holding
Pulled it up on the
is
wiki.
a warmth that I thought I could never find. Just trying to decide or stay by your side. I know I could cry. I just can't find the answer
To the question! The song is great.
Hey, babe!
I think the original doesn't sound anything like this one, and they made it totally rocking. Yeah, that one holds up. All right, and If You Could See Me Fly, let's hear this one. I believe they... Yeah, this one's good. It holds up.
Do you want me? I wanna know. I love you, baby. I'm hurting so. But oh, if you could see me, baby, and understand the things I've done. I know you can do that, baby. And if you could see me fly.
All right, that one's okay. It doesn't completely hold up. I like that riff. How about The Golden Mile? I remember this too. Bear with me, friends. Indulge me, because I'm geeking out on the babies.
Had a vision on the golden mile. Turned my head and walked away. The sun was shining and it caught my eyes. Damn near blew me.
You know, Ron Nevison lives up in Santa Rosa or somewhere up in the Bay Area.
Sometimes
I know somebody who has his phone number, I think. I should try to get him on the show.
had some friends.
Although I think Eddie Trunk has had him on.
They lost their way.
I could geek out on UFO and this Baby's album.
Their smiles. I swear to God, I didn't know them all.
All right, let's get to the chorus. Just listening to John Waite's voice makes these songs great. Michael Corby, guitar and keyboards, way high in the mix.
Back, I cried to myself. I could feel the world around it.
How about Broken Heart? Yeah, Broken Heart is a great one. Written by John Waite. Come on, I'd rather hear this than Whole Lot of Love.
Heard she's been seen around. I hear she gets what she wants every time. I know what she puts you through. I know what you'd like to do. 'Cause I lost my heart to a song.
All right, how about I'm Falling? Oh, that's a good one too. Ballad. Little flute.
If I had the time.
All right. Maybe it's a little bit dated, but this brings back memories for me of Midnight Special. the midnight special that John Waite and the Babies hosted. Ted Nugent also was on it.
The things I have to do.
This one written by John Waite and Michael Corby
And
before they hated each other.
I wonder who I'm for.
That's good.
What else can I say? Who I'm for, fading away.
Rescue Me. We're going to get through this quick. It's a good riff.
Talking about it so.
All right, Silver Dreams. That's a good one, too. A Piece of the Action. That's a good one, too. Oh, yeah, that's good.
I've got no money. Could you spare a dime?
All right.
I got
There you
the
go.
plan.
I think more or less it holds up. All right. We didn't do a track but we didn't score it, but I think it pretty much holds up. All right. All right. Also, the same company that sent me that Rokets and Kirk Crawford posted, or in the email, there's a band from Sweden called, that I played on the show before, Grand Royale. I think they're from Sweden. Grand Royale is a rock and roll band who find their roots in early 70s rock scene of Detroit and 90s rock scene in Scandinavia, mixed up with some vintage pop. The music, let's see. Sweden's Grand Royale returns to the digital with a digital single, Tell Me. Picking up where Grand Royale's latest album, Carry On, from 2021 left off, the new material showcases what the four-piece does best. Straightforward, melodic, and explosive rock music. All right, here's their new song. Their new single is called Tell Me. Let's find it here. All right. Brand new Grand Royale, Tell Me. I like this band a lot.
So come on, tell me what we made
There you go. Brand new Grand Royale. All right. Phil Robinson, friend of the show, sent me this a long time ago, and then he sent it to me again. And thank you, Phil, for sending me this. I have not... I didn't listen to it when you sent it to me before, but it's a band called the Subteens. Their album is called Volume Dashed Hopes and Good Intentions, Volume 4. I'm going to play something from that now. I'm going to play the first song, Hard to Be Lonely Tonight. Sounds a lot like Husker Du. There you go. Subteens. All right. I'm probably getting close to wrapping this thing up. I need to go to bed. We're going to get up super early and hit the road. It's supposed to be snowing tomorrow up in the mountains, and that's going to be nice. Donovan has a brand new album out. And I have not listened to the whole album, but I've listened to clips of it. A lot of it sounds hippy-dippy shit, but this first song on the album called Moon Over Clare, there's a couple of songs with David Gilmour. I think the first single was Rock Me featuring David Gilmour. It did not blow me away, but the first song on the album called Moon Over Clare, I really like a lot. It's a little bit mellow, but I think it's catchy as hell. Let's listen to that.
There's a lovely moon over
The album is called Gaelia. Is that how you pronounce it? Gaelia? Gaelia. I'm a huge Donovan fan, so yeah. This song is catchy as shit to me, even though it's mellow.
There's a lovely moon over Clare, with the wind blowing in her hair, and she hears me singing over here. On a hillside up in the sheer, and I'll always remember you wherever I wander to. At the lovely moon over Clare, with the wind in her hair, there's a lovely girl asking me, would I like some fresh milk for my tea, and the lads next door playing near. on a hillside on in a sheer, and I'll always remember you wherever I wander to, and the lovely moon over Clare with the wind in her hair. And I'll always remember you wherever I wander to, and the lovely moon over Clare with the wind in her hair. And the lovely moon over Clare with the wind in her hair. And I'll always remember you wherever I wander to, and the lovely moon over Clare with the wind in her hair, with the wind in her hair.
There you go. Huh? A little too hippie for you? Well, I love Donovan, and I think that song's catchy. I do. All right, friends. I think I'm about ready to wrap this thing up. We're an hour and 7 minutes into this. I'm going to go to bed. I got my dog Stella right behind me here. She comes down to the den with me and just wants to hang out with her boyfriend Michael. Stella is the love of my life. This dog. Hey, Stella. That dog is so fucking sweet. I love her so much. Okay, enough of this gay shit. All right, let's close out with another thing that Kirk Crawford sent me. Streetwalkin Cheetahs have a new album out. It's all covers. It's like 38 songs on this thing. If you want to find it. I have not listened to it, but going by some of the songs, going by some of the titles, it's got Fuck Christmas, which is a Fear song. It's got Tutti Frutti, Kick Out the Jams, MC5 song, which, by the way, Jonathan Travers sent me a link to MC5 documentary. I'm about halfway through the first part, so thank you for sending me that, Jonathan Travers. They do a MC5 song on this, Rocket Reducer. I don't know what that is. Since they do Stiff Competition with Cheap Trick, I Want to Be Loved, probably a Johnny Thunders, Taxi Driver, Hanoi Rocks, obviously. They do Ramblin' Gamblin' Man, Bob Seger tune. There's a song in here, Sanctuary. Let's just pull up Sanctuary. I'm hoping that this is the Jay Giles band song. I don't know if it is or not, but this is what I'm gonna play. I have not listened to this, so thank you for listening. Streetwalkin Cheetahs Sanctuary. rockandrollgeek.com is where you can find this show. You send me an email, rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. Heavy on the music tonight, still heavy on the talking too, and I'm sure I was gambling man a lot tonight. Hey, what do you expect, friends? It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is, and it's all that it is. I am what I am, and that's all that I am. All right, enough of this. rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. Find me on the Facebook, R&R Geek. Go to the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group. Lots of good rock talk on there. I can't even keep up with it all. There's so much going on there. And everybody on that group is the coolest person you will ever meet. And every single person that I've met on there is welcome in my house anytime. What else? Find me on the Twitter, R&R Geek. I have not left Twitter yet. Are you leaving Twitter? Who gives a shit? I never post on Quitter anyway. I'm a quitter. I'm a Twitter quitter. Okay. Twitter R&R Geek. Find me on the Instagram Rock and Roll Geek. Don't ask. I'll talk to you soon, friends. Let's just double click this and see what this is. I don't think this is the J. Giles Band song, but anyway, it's Streetwalkin' Cheetahs with Sanctuary. I'll talk to you soon, friends.
Out of the window came my walls of steel. I never killed a woman before, but I know how it feels. I know you're gonna say to me, so that's all. Now I've got to look for sanctuary from the Lord. I met a young sling last night to keep me alive. Spends all his money and gambling every goes to survive.
I'm going to call an audible on this one. Let's play Ramblin' Gamblin' Man. How about that? Because I know what song that is. They do Come Together as well. Faster and Louder, that might be a Dictator song. Want to play the Dictator song, or do we want to play Ramblin' Gamblin' Man? I think I want to hear Ramblin' Gamblin' Man. Streetwalkin' Cheetahs, Ramblin' Gamblin' Man. I'll talk to you soon, friends.
Hey, you guys ready? Yeah, sure. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gonna tell my tale, come on. Oh, come on. All right. 'Cause I was born lonely down by the riverside. Learned to spin a fortune wheel and throw dice. I was just a 13 when I had to leave home. Knew I couldn't stick around. I had to roam. I ain't good looking, but I know I ain't shy. Ain't afraid to look a girl right in the eye. If you need some loving and you need it right away, take a little time and maybe I'll stay. Yes, I'm just a rambling man. I'm just a gambling man. I'm just a rambling man. I was born a rambling gambling man. Yeah. Wow. And I'm out of money, and I need to get some. Ain't around to love you now, and I don't run. Gotta keep moving, never gonna slow down. You can have your foggy world, I'll see you around. Yeah, I'm just a rambling man. I'm just a gambling man. I'm just a rambling man. I'm just a gambling man. Woo! Yeah, I'm just a rambling man. I'm just a gambling man. I'm just a rambling man. I'm just a gambling man. I'm just a rambling man. Oh yeah, I'm just a gambling man. I'm just a rambling man. Oh yeah, I'm just a gambling man.
It's a rock and roll geek train wreck.